So I think I covered pretty much everything I personally wanted to talk about for E-Day that I could think of on the top of my head. Now I want to go into what the community is talking about, the overall gaming community, not even just the Gears community, the overall gaming community, and just expose LARPers to shine on what people are thinking about the game. Today we're going to go through Twitter and TikTok. I don't really use Reddit that much. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go to Reddit. I don't care about Reddit that much. Okay. So we're gonna start off with my own tweets and then go into other people's. This first one coming from this account called DEI Detective, grade A LARP. We already know this guy doesn't even play the game. He's just farming for attention on fucking Twitter. He says, sorry bros, I'm hoping for the best, but E-Day gets the DEI suspected rating for now. The coalition's VP tech director is a publicly out trans advocate who used official Xbox channels for LGBTQ plus advocacy. The studio issued an institutional DEI. Shut the actual f***. This game's always had women and black people and brown people and Asian people and all the people. It's just humanity fighting to survive. We don't give a damn. Who cares if someone's gay, bruh? I don't care. Gears has had a Hispanic and a black guy as a lead since 2006. Thank you. Gears are represented with all races since Gears 1 to show humanity fight. Thank you. See, the community knows the walking LARP. We already know. This fucking guy also just farming at this point, bruh. I don't give a damn. Same with this fucking guy. Mike. You're retarded. You guys don't play these games. It's quite obvious. Complaining about Hispanic cadet when Dom has always been Hispanic shows you have zero integrity whatsoever. Thank you. Expose this fucking fraud, this LARP. Dom is Hispanic, you fucking retard. Thank you. Okay, we're moving on. We get it. Oh, hell no. I thought I'd never say this, but bring Cliffy B back. I don't care if the devs are men, women, it's, theys, or whatever. As long as the game is good, please seek sunlight and a job and a girlfriend and just friends in general. Just go the fuck outside. Mannix, average, fucking burnt peanut enjoyer. Holy fuck. This is your average Love Island fucking adult Coco Melon watcher. Just straight up degeneracy, bruh. Please off yourself in the game. That post was to a clip of one of the characters saying,
now why don't you come talk shit when your balls drop?
Corny delivery, sure. You can argue that. Don't let this be the reason you get outed as a fucking LARP and a loser, bruh. Who cares? It's not that fucking deep. It's a line in a video game. Holy shit. You think Cliffy B stands with you? Fuck no, he doesn't. Unk is on timing. You guys are so absorbed in factors that are outside of the game. It's pathetic. Thank you, Matt. Oh my god. Ha, he is a cuck now and a traitor. Leg Years of War die with integrity. You've never brushed your teeth a day in your life, you fucking troglodyte. Don't ask for that. He's a woke soy boy now. Games, rage, pure sexual energy. You're a fucking loser. Cliffy's a woke cuck. He isn't our savior either, but I will give him credit for doing what he needed to do back then. Dude, holy fucking cornball. E-Day is set in 2006, so it should have the proportional demographics of that America, not 2026 America. Consistency is important to the setting. Gears of War in 2006 within the game's universe did not take place in the year 2006 in America. It took place on planet Sarah in a whole completely different timeline that is separate from our own, because the game is fiction and not reality, you fucking dumbass. It's not even on Earth, retard. Yo, shout out Matt, bro. This is my goat right here, bro. Have I ever said that? Yes, quite fucking literally. Are you stupid? And this motherfucker just fighting everyone and being stupid. He then quote tweets himself, if Gears of War was made in China, the characters would have most likely been entirely Asian because that's proportional representation to the country and player base, etc. The same holds true for multi-ethnic America in 2006, would also affect character design also for 2026. Oh my fucking god, bro. Holy insufferable. Please go play something else then, bro. We do not care. Because we really don't. It's fiction. I don't give a damn. I just want my Nasher to work and the game to be fire. Holy shit. Please get away from me, you freak. This was from IGN. Gears of War E-Day may be rewinding the clock to create a Marcus and Dom prequel that's pure nostalgia bait, but its smart approach to gameplay design makes it much more interesting than that. Calling it nostalgia bait is actually so stupid just because it goes back in the past within the story. It's literally told from a point and perspective we'd never experienced as a player, unless you read the comics, which most people don't. Like, holy shit, man. We're just calling anything nowadays. Get fucking mogged, dumbasses. So another Gears creator tweeted, seeing the claims that E-Day will not have legacy bouncing, this comes after a literal decade of players requesting a Gears 3 style PvP. I still believe the game will be brilliant. The PvP may still be brilliant, but I wanted to purchase a Gears game. With all of these changes, it will not be Gears. Cancel my pre-order and we'll just play the campaign on Game Pass for a month when it comes out. Oh well, could have been what I'd been hoping for, but I'm used to it now. Like I said in a previous video, sure, the floor may have been lowered and may be easier to get in, to the game, but the movement changes also raises the skill ceiling once you actually learn the movement, instead of just assuming that it's going to be dog shit off rip just buy off of theatrical, like dramatized looking trailer gameplay, rather than, you know, people who actually put time in and effort in to actually learn the movement and will figure out how to make it work. You'll have to remember that the developers are not Gears players themselves. They don't really play games, they make them, which is two completely different things. Livo retweeted that. This is exactly how I feel, and I'm so used to it that it is what it is. I'll never understand the people who claim that I can't accept change. I put up with 10 years of change. Would be nice to have something I'd like now, but it seems like that's not allowed to happen. Who said they were done making games? For all we know, they could be remaking Gears 2 and 3 in Unreal Engine 5. Maybe they were just waiting for the two master Unreal Engine and see how E-Day performs, to see if they even want to recreate the old games, which I think they will personally, but that's just me though. I said the inner community is too divided as is on slow versus fast wall bouncing. The outer overall gaming community thought the game looked goofy regardless, which is true. Half of the community despises, you know, Gears 3, 4, 5 movement. Half of them think Gears 1 movement is slow and boring. And then most players on the outside looking in think the game looks, you know, ridiculous. They think it looks goofy. He said, I agree with your first point about the division within the community, not remotely interested in what non-Gears players think about Gears. I said, we have to be interested in non-Gears players if we want to bring in new players and keep the game alive. If they don't like how the game is played, then they aren't going to play. Then the same repeated cycle will occur like it has each release, and we'll be stuck again, playing the same people over and over and over again. Paul said, no, we don't. We made Gears easy for new players with 4 and 5, and the cost of punishing skilled players. That resulted in skilled players getting cheated out of situations they would have won. That resulted in new players starting on a new game, which artificially helped them win situations they shouldn't have won. That removed all learning from new players, so there was no incentive, satisfaction, or reward of the effort and improvement. Because they'd have over a decade to try Gears, it was evident they weren't interested in Gears, and so after they got in their little experience, they went on to the next game on Game Pass. I'm gonna stop right there because I didn't even read that before. I didn't even process he said that. But him saying that people didn't have interest in Gears back then, so they didn't play it, is untrue. I've seen numerous times people saying, I wanted to get into Gears PvP, but people wall bouncing and strafing makes it look unenjoyable. I'm not even gonna read the rest of this. I'm gonna show y'all proof of that right now, actually. I posted a clip, day in the life of a Gears tourist and LARPer. We'll get into that later. There's a reason I don't play online anymore for Gears, because I remembered I got abolished and torn apart by dudes going Mach 5 on the walls with those Nashers during a King of the Hill match. Still had a fun time though. Gears multiplayer scares me, man. This is just as cancerous as Fortnite. I think I'll stick with the story mode. I really wanted to 100% the games on console, but ain't no way in hell I'm gonna play multiplayer. Look at this shit. I'm not built for that, LOL. You see that? We scare people off. Now we're getting into my apparently most controversial hot take. I said, I really hope E-Day's TDM is first to a certain amount of kills and not lives based, which I still think, but I'm not gonna lie, there are some points in here that made me rethink it and be like, you know what, you might be right. Awful idea, completely removes the potential fun of the team being on their last life and completing a comeback, or one person left and clutching up, which is true. Although we've had that in other game modes like Guardian and Execution, I still agree with this initial point. Not lives based is fun and unique. Also true, not gonna lie. And it'll be like COD and thus shitty judgment, no thanks. I disagree, but it's okay. Y'all want Call of Duty, not Gears of War. Actually, I do want Gears. I just want change within the game, and my experiences on TDM have been insufferable because people waste my lives and then it turns into a camp fest and no one moves and they just hold power weapons until someone finally does move because they get so fucking bored and then we just end up losing anyways. Or it's the other way around and it's really boring because now I'm just winning every match, stomping on everyone, and it's no competition. I disagree. The reason being Execution is true to Gears. 15 lives plus everyone having their own last life adds so much to the thrill. Low-key true. But y'all get the point. I got a whole lot of no's. Overwhelmingly, a whole lot more no's than yeses. And this guy responded to me, I'm so tired of casuals and tourists in this hobby. Rather shut the actual fuck up. I told him he's more of a tourist than me. He says doubtful since I've been playing Gears since day one. So have I. At best you played on day one and lost and begged for a mode with respawns. Who doesn't lose in game modes? Losing's a part of the game. My problem is that it's boring. It's a boring way to lose. And it's also a boring way to win because most of the time it's just one team while completely washing the other. It's never really like a close game. And when it is, it's so rare. And when it does happen, it feels good. But more often than not, it's one team stomping the other or camping and waiting until someone finally gives up and goes, I'm bored, I want to go to the next match, and just goes out there and dies. So then I went onto his page, found his Twitch, found his YouTube clips, and they were unimpressive. They were kind of ass. This video says y'all deadass want Gears of War E-Day to play like this, and it's just fucking hyper bouncing. That's literally what these motherfuckers want. And to be honest, I don't want EA to play like this. Even though I can move like this, I would rather not. Gears of War fans, the Coalition ruined Gears. If they were Epic Games, it would be better. Gears of War if it was still made by Epic, which I 1000% agree with. Bro, look at fucking Fortnite. Bro, Epic Games is money hungry as shit. We have fucking Tung 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 Sahur and The Amazing Digital Circus, which pretty cool show, I won't even lie. I'll keep it a bucket. It's an okay show. If you like I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, you'll like that show. It's pretty much just that, just told more kid friendly, but like edgy preteen type of way. Like, it's okay. I like I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, so I like Amazing Digital Circus. I wish they would make one that's more for adults, but still a cool little interesting show. Chud reaction about new Gears of War is so fucking funny because the series was literally made to show mid-2000s tap out shirt gamer bros that even the strongest of masculine men can also sometimes feel sad. Like, you're allowed to feel emotions. I promise you, it's okay. Did you know that the Coalition's technical director Mike Rayner and Kate Rayner are the same person? This could explain a lot of things because the female characters in Gears of War EA have masculine appearance. Canonically, these female characters were already fighters. The characters we had in Gears of War 3 most of the time were not already fighters. They just happened to get pulled into fighting because humanity was desperate to survive. Holy LARP, bro. Now let's get into some TikToks. First, we'll start out with snubs.
Gears of War E-Day has a reported $400 million budget, making it about 4 times as expensive as Gears 5 was. This means that in order to break even, they would need to sell about 7 million copies of E-Day at full price.
I'm not gonna lie, we're kind of cooked with this. Like, actually, this is gonna be damn near impossible to do. But I mean, like, if Asha, whatever the fuck her name is, has that much faith in the game, fuck it, bro, it's their life.
This is in a world with Game Pass, when the Xbox brand has its lowest market share in 2 decades, when the most flattering sales figures you can find say that PS5 is only outselling the Xbox 3-1 instead of like 6-1. Oh, and it's releasing about a month away from GTA 6, the most anticipated game of any kind to ever exist.
Which is actually very unfortunate because I've always thought GTA was really fucking boring. I don't even like GTA, and I'm so upset that it's getting the spotlight it has because, oh my god, I could care less about GTA, bro. I will not be playing GTA 6, personally. I'm sorry, bro. If y'all ever thought about wanting to see me play that, it's not happening. Most likely. I don't know, maybe it will, but like, it'll most likely just be slop to me. I'm sorry.
So that begs the question, how does this make sense? Well, E-Day was originally meant to be on PS5, just like Gears of War Reloaded. In fact, the whole point of Reloaded was to get everyone, but especially PlayStation fans, ready for E-Day. Reloaded sold well on PlayStation as well. The multiplayer might have failed, but the game itself sold about 700,000 copies, so it's really not much of a stretch to say that E-Day could have sold
And that's really good for the fact that it's a remake of a remake from a game that came out in 2006 on PlayStation. Like, that's actually not that bad.
about 2 to 3 million. The original Gears trilogy each sold about 6 to 7 million copies, so if you had Xbox, PS5, and Steam all selling the game, and if you take into account the live service aspect of Gears E-Day with microtransactions, this $400 million budget actually looks kind of reasonable, but it all hinged on PlayStation. So why, at the last minute, was E-Day on PS5 scrapped? Because the Xbox CEO believes that Gears E-Day can change the course of the entire Xbox brand. She believes it can be a console seller. How many consoles would it need to sell? About 500,000.
We're cooked.
The Gears of War E-Day multiplayer beta is August 6th, and that is the #1 thing that we are all waiting for. We need to know how the multiplayer is going to operate, how these new mechanics are going to work in multiplayer with sliding, with jumping over cover, jumping over different obstacles. Personally, I think all these things are going to be easy to counter. I don't think that they're going to be that big of a deal at all. It looks like the sliding is very easy to track. Now, the #1 thing that we are all worried about is how is wall bouncing going to be implemented in this game? Is wall bouncing going to be in Gears of War E-Day? Is there going to be quick revives? It looks like that quick revives might have been
Did y'all know if you play the cover system, you're a lot more likely to survive and not need to rely on wall bouncing, as well as strafing and hitting your shots and having good positioning? Just want to throw that out there.
completely taken out, or they got changed. But when it comes to wall bouncing, should that be in Gears of War E-Day? And if there is wall bouncing, should you have the ability to cancel your wall slide? I know a lot of people don't like that mechanic, maybe a lot of casual players because it looks goofy and kind of...
And I do like the mechanic, by the way. I love wall bouncing. For those of you who don't know who I am for sure a wall bouncer. I just don't care about having it in this game. I'm completely fine with learning a whole new game nowadays.
daunting to a lot of people, but in reality, Gears of War E-Day has to have some form of wall bouncing. Personally, I would rather it be Gears 1 style wall bouncing, but hey, I will take any type of wall bouncing I can get, because without wall bouncing, there is no real skill gap in Gears of War. And I know
Yes, there is. I named it already.
a lot of people hate it when multiplayer games have skill gaps in them in this day and age, but stop all that soft shit.
Wall bouncing is inherently not even that useful, to be honest. Once you learn how to counter it, which is quite literally to hold your shot and allow them to miss, because they will most likely miss. A lot of people who wall bounce don't even know how to use their wall bounce effectively anyways. They kind of just do it and hope for the best. You will learn that it's actually very easy to counter by either, like I said, holding your shots, or by getting to a better position, running away, shooting from a distance, playing for damage. You have smoke grenades. You can throw a smoke grenade, roll back, then their whole vision is altered. You can TACCOM. They can't really TACCOM, shoot, and bounce all at the same time. You can TACCOM, find them where they are in your smoke, then body the shit out of them. You could take out your chainsaw and chainsaw them. You could retro poke them with a retro lancer. You can have a power weapon ready and available. There's a bunch of ways to stop wall bouncing. It's really not as big of a deal as you guys really think it is. I promise you it's not.
Wall bouncing doesn't really work the same anymore, talking about cover and how that shifts. So that's going to shift multiplayer meta quite a bit, where obviously if you're like really good at wall bouncing, like you can do some cool stuff. They said it's not as dominant as a strategy because they just want to balance that with new mechanics and let people discover this way and play differently.
So here's some information the devs posted to basically explain why they're removing wall bounce out of Gears of War E-Day. But at this point, I don't even know what to say. I really don't. Gears of War's identity is basically gone. It's not going to feel like Gears of War. It's barely going to play like Gears of War. I don't even like to bounce like crazy myself, but I like going up against bouncers. It creates a challenge. It makes the game more fun. But instead, developers keep trying to dumb down.
I feel like this guy's low-key a LARP or a casual himself. I'm not gonna lie, because it's not really challenging, to be honest. And saying that it doesn't feel like Gears, that tells me you came into the game late. Because the reason why I fell in love with Gears of War was because of the very first fucking trailer and the atmosphere that it had built, the world it created. I was so curious about what the fuck was going on when Marcus was running down the whole trailer, like running away from whatever the fuck it was. Then you just see the eyes of the corpse, or and then you have all around me are familiar faces. Like, bro. That shit was heat. I was so curious and just like taken away from this world that I'm experiencing. And like when I played the game for the first time, finally, I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest fucking shit ever. There's a chainsaw on my gun. I didn't get into wall bouncing later till it was taught to me in game because I saw someone do it. And I said, how the fuck do you do that? His name was Smarvoo, by the way, SMARVOO. He was featured in a ESS Moo Milk video, like a complete standalone upload of like a clutch he did on Rustlung. That guy is the guy who taught me how to wall bounce in game before I knew he was on YouTube. Like live taught me. He was the one who told me, yeah, you just gotta press your A button, move your left stick left and right, time it with each other. And like he watched me learn in real time. Shout out Smarvoo if he's alive still and well. I hope he is.
Video games to make them for a bunch of lazy bums that can't even take the time to actually improve at these games. You do not need to appeal to a bunch of casuals and modern gamers. They're doing what they do best, and casuals and modern gamers continue to ruin gaming.
No. No. Oh my God. That's like, bro, like, no, bro. Casuals are the ones who bring in the money. We need casuals just as much as we need pro players and content creators and people who actually like we all need each other to keep the game growing and being alive. Casuals are the new people who bring in the new money, and it'll be great to have them experience the game as well, because maybe they'll turn into people that aren't casuals. Maybe they will learn the game, especially if it's more digestible to get into, which to them wasn't back then. So If it looks digestible to them now, that might be saying something.
The new movement in Gears of War E-Day might be one of the best decisions they've made in a long time. A lot of people are upset because there's less.
That statement alone, the fact Nico is a newer player to the franchise, a newer creator, and he already understands more than these dumbasses. Shout out Nico, bro.
Emphasis on wall bouncing in the game, and because of that, people are immediately thinking the skill gap is going to be gone. But me personally, I actually think the opposite. From what we've seen, I think the movement still looks fast and smooth, with sliding, repositioning, and smart use of cover. The difference I'm seeing is that fights look a little bit more readable. New players can actually understand what's happening to them instead of getting instant cooked by somebody bouncing off the wall 6 times. And that means more players will probably stick around to actually learn this game. The skill gap isn't disappearing. It's just shifting more towards positioning, decision making, timing, and knowing when to take fights. If E-Day can keep movement fun but also allow new players to actually learn it, it can.
Yo, I don't know Nico personally. Nico, I like Nico. It sounds better. This guy might genuinely be just like a competitive gamer in general. Because, like, holy shit, he actually has a brain. Like, I feel like he plays more than just Gears and COD. Like, I feel like he plays other, like, competitive games.
Be really massive for the Gears of War franchise. So what do you think? Does Gears of War need wall
I'm just getting that vibe off of him, just off this video alone.
bouncing to have a skill gap? Or can E-Day create one without it? Let me know your guys' thoughts and concerns in the comments down below.
E-Day can create one without it. Thank you, Nico. I'm not gonna lie, there's a whole lot less on TikTok than I thought that there would be. I was expecting more Yap sessions. I uploaded a couple of my own. But you know what? It's okay. I think I recorded enough for this. Hopefully y'all enjoyed my little rant, read, watch session. If you did, I probably won't be making a whole lot more. I'm kind of, I don't know what else to milk out of E-Day right now, aside from the game coming out. So I'll probably just be streaming from here on out until the game drops, streaming whatever game I want. Might be Gears, it might be something else. Might be like Kingdom Hearts 2, it might be Apex, might be Elden Ring Night Rain, who knows. Stop by if you want, or don't. See y'all when Gears drops, or not. I don't know. Live your life, have a good one. See y'all whenever the fuck.